Hey YouTube, this is Giorgio again. I want to just share with you guys my trucking school experience and what to look for and how to look for good trucking schools. First of all, I went to Progressive Trucking School in Chicago, Illinois. They have 3 locations in the city and 1 in the suburbs. And that's where I ended up going for about, let's say, about 3 months. 2 to 3 months is the average trucking school, and it all depends on how much money you got and what plan do you have, and what you plan on learning. The school I went to is one of the top schools in Chicago, or at least in the city area. They don't just sell CDLs. There's two types of schools around. There's some that are just in it for the money, and they just throw whatever down your throat just to get you to get your CDL, and that's it. Then there's some that actually care about you learning and getting a good trucking experience before you get to a trucking company, and you actually are ready for the job. So this is one of those schools that prepares you, and you actually learn a lot. I learned a lot. A lot of things I still use today, 5 years later almost, um, that I use to better myself and safety wise. Um, Things you should look for in a school is accreditation. Make sure that look for a good school. Do research. Look on their website. Call them. Ask questions. Ask them. Are they accredited? Are they affiliated with any associations? That means a lot. Check their Better Business Bureau rating. Don't go to anything with less than a B. Yeah, B plus is or higher. The goal is an A. Um, the importance is to understand and to learn, not to memorize. Remember that when you go to trucking school, make sure you understand everything. Don't go over there trying to memorize everything just to get your license, because then you're not going to understand nothing. When you get in the truck, you're going to screw up and you're not going to last long. Um, when you go to the school, check to see if they have payment plans, because unless you're rich and have a lot of money or a grant, the unemployment office gives grants for trucking school. The GI Bill, if you're in the military, they cover it. But if you're paying out of pocket like I did, they have payment plans where you pay as you go, $200 to $400 a week or per month. It all depends on what you could afford. Trucking schools need students, and they'll do whatever they could to make sure they could keep the enrollment going. Um, you also got to see what endorsements you want to go for. There's many endorsements you can go for. The schooling process. First, you gotta go to school. You gotta take your permit. You gotta be probably a week or two just on the computer, taking random questions and learning everything about the truck. All the questions you need. And it could be anywhere from 20 to 50 questions, depending what state you are in. And you just gotta memorize them. It's 3 tests you take. One is a general knowledge. That's the largest test. You take an air brakes, and you also take a combination vehicle. Those are the basics. Just drive a tractor trailer. Now, if you want to add endorsements, that's extra tests, and longer you're gonna be there studying, because there's also tanker, doubles, and triples. The hazardous materials. After that, you're going to be learning the pre-trip. At the school, they're going to teach you the pre-trip. Everything you need to know about the truck, how to inspect it, and make sure it's in good operating order on the road. After that, you're going to learn your skills. They're going to teach you how to back, go through tight maneuvers in the school parking lot probably, or in a lot they probably have. They're also going to teach you how to drive at the same time. You got to be good at all of this, and you can't make it to the next level until you pass the first. And once the school sees you're doing good, they get to schedule you for the actual state exam. Every state is different. Every state has different requirements. Some states are stricter, some states are not. For example, Illinois is the only state where if you leave the state, you get your license in Illinois, you leave, you want to come back and get your license, you got to do everything all over again. You got to take all the tests. You can't just transfer your license in. That's the bad thing about Illinois. Like now I went to New Jersey. If I want to go back, I got to go through the whole hassle all over again. Go to the school so I can memorize everything again and learn and understand everything I need to do. And then pay all that money to the state to retake the test and get my license again. Schools, the cost of schooling is anywhere from $2,000 all the way up to $10,000, all depending on how much you want to do and what endorsements you need to do. I took the cheapest plan, the basic plan I could take. I got a good deal. I've only paid like $1,400, $1,500, and I ended up failing the test the first time. I passed all the tests except the driving the first time because I was going too slow according to the examiner. You gotta go 5 under or not more than 5 over. And I was going too slow according to him, and I held up traffic giving one of the turns. So I had to pay an extra $450 in order to retake the driving test. Other than that, always remember, as I always said, the worst part of trucking, the hardest part is the school. Once you pass the school, it's like heaven. You know, there's a trucking shortage for drivers. So companies are gonna take you. Companies are gonna take you when you start trucking school. The trucking school is gonna help you fill out applications because they look better. The more students they could get hired, the better the trucking company looks. The trucking school looks. So you're gonna have recruiters coming to your school. They're gonna be talking to you, introducing you to different companies. Make sure you choose the right company. Don't just take the first one that comes through the door. What I would do is apply to all of them, just so each one of them you're gonna get hire letters, pre-hire letters before you even finish trucking school. You're gonna have you're already gonna be hired at least by anywhere from 3 to 5 trucking companies. One of my next videos is gonna be talking about what trucking company to actually choose. All right, that's it for today. Thank you for listening and watching. And please like and share this video. If you have any questions, comments, any more ideas, or anything you want to know about trucking, feel free to let me know in the comments or send me a private message, and I'll do my best to accommodate as many people as I could with knowledge. Once again, this is Giorgio, and thank you for viewing.